flexes are better and stuff like that, but there comes a point where, like, if you're a human, you're not going to react fast enough. I don't care. I don't care how young you are. You know,
that's true. That's true. You know what else is true? It is 1:15. We're going to take a break.
Wow, that went quick. Time for a break?
It goes quick on the show. Motormouth Radio, you guys can get a hold of us and Jack and Ryan at 516-572-7440. Who?
Yeah, ask them what kind of duct tape they use.
Yeah, if you want to do that. You could also catch us on motormouthradio.com. The show goes up for archival purposes and replay, download, podcast, usually within a day or so.
Actually, it's just continuing torture, let's face it.
That's true. Performance Motorsports Network we're also rebroadcast on, as well as iHeartRadio. So this call is going to have to take away from it. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back, so keep it where you got it.
This is Rita Monte. Would you like to take a trip to romantic Italy with me? Let's go together every Thursday with Profumi d'Italia. You will hear and savor Italy's soul with music from yesterday and today. Learn about Italy's museums, countryside, restaurants, festivals, and wineries. Most of all, you will learn about Italy's history and its people. Thursdays at 5 p.m., experience the essence of Italy on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC.
Hey, you in the car? Yeah, you're a fan of the music of Sly Stone. I know you are. No reason to hide it. You've probably been looking for a radio program that highlights his music. Well, then look no further. Let me introduce myself. I am DJ Solero. That's Soul followed by air and an O. Solero. Well, never mind about that. Back to what we're both here to talk about. The Sly Stone Show features the music of Sly through the various artists who have covered and sampled his music, and I'll be playing some of the original music that helped impact a generation. Come on, I know you're looking for some feel-good music, so just keep your radio right here for the Sly Stone Show. And you might want to think about cleaning up your car before we start. This thing is nasty. Oh, back to what's important. It's the Sly Stone Show every Friday afternoon at 3 on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC.
Oh, yeah, I can't scream like Chris, but I can make some crazy noises that sound like it, and it's usually confused with some kind of medieval torture.
That's you getting out of the car.
That was me getting out of the car. Back with Motormouth Radio, Ray Guarino, Joe D. We're in with Jack Glicker and his buddy Ryan, and we're talking about driving and distractions and stuff, which is the topic of the day, folks.
If you're on Facebook, I just put a link to the video on our page. So if you want to go check that out, it's pretty cool. So
yes,
if you want to see what we're talking about and who we're talking to, so if you, by all means, visit us over at the at our Facebook page there.
The Facciabuca. Yes. So you guys are relatively new drivers compared to old fossils like us.
Definitely.
What do you guys see as the biggest problems on the road when you drive? Now, you guys are out in Suffolk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you don't drive in traffic-rich Nassau, although Suffolk isn't so great anymore either.
No, our town has become like a city. It's just there's no parking anywhere in
Huntington. Yeah,
and Ryan and I are both like delivery drivers, so we see it all the time.
Yeah,
wow. I was going to say, the center town has always been just a nightmare. Now it's
finding parking in town is awful.
Yeah,
and just getting through town is really, really hard.
Yeah. Well, that's why, I've gone through there quite a lot on a motorcycle, but it's always on 25A. I like to go up the northern route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a nice ride.
Yeah, that presents a whole bunch of other challenges, too, because people are blind curves and all sorts of crazy stuff. So what distractions do you guys see that you think that you like to complain about the most? Anything in particular?
Like in the car?
On the road, yeah, just as you're driving around, like what other people do or don't do.
I think a huge problem, especially with our generation at least, is the music.
Okay.
Like people changing their
music.
You
haven't ridden with us.
Songs like that.
Yeah.
Like, it used to just be the radio, you would flip the channels and stuff, but now it's everyone trying to find songs and stuff on your phone.
Right. You know what? We're going to try and find a song. Let's go to the phones, and we'll see who's on. We'll say, hi, you're on with the Motor Mouths. Ray, Joe, Jack, and Ryan.
Hey, Jack. Hey, Ryan.
Bob.
congratulations, guys. Hey, Chris.
Thanks.
Hey,
Thanks so much.
Hey.
Joey D. How are you?
What's going on?
Bob.
So, I wanted to commend these guys.
Yeah, it's nice to know that we got the youngins out there doing the right thing.
I
Somebody
had a
actually
question
caught
in
it.
reference to what brought them to this public service type of effort.
Okay. What was the
where did
impetus?
it come from?
Yeah, I mean,
well-
with all the other topics for your trade, if you will, or your interest in education, and you came up with a public service.
Okay.
What brought you there?
So, my video teacher always encourages us to enter contests. So, we have to do the projects for school anyway. Might as well, make some money off them if we can. So that's what it was. It was just researching different contests, and then I found this one. So
I think you guys are outstanding. I think you guys have done an excellent job.
thank you.
There's nothing worse than a law enforcement coming to a house at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And you wind up with fatalities. The family never, ever recovers from that.
No. And, of course, that's a parent's worst nightmare. And
Yeah.
I'm sure, I know the members of law enforcement, they don't like doing that either.
So you guys keep up the good work. And also, you guys did the distractions, which must be phenomenal for persons, young adults of your age. Also, you see a lot of young adults not wearing belts.
Yeah.
And maybe that could be your next step.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was part of this video. That was.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Oh no, yeah, it was.
No,
it was
I
just.
thought it was strictly like.
No, it was distracting. So
And,
it was. I kind of covered everything. I went with
Okay.
avoid using your phone, avoid distractions like friends or the radio, and then also wear a seatbelt because what was it? One of the facts I had in the video. Your risk of a fatal injury is reduced by 50% when you wear a seatbelt. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's
correct.
that's probably been proven like 50 years ago. When,
Yeah.
but it still holds true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
people have a tendency to go flying.
It's called a zone of safety. If you can stay behind the wheel and stay into it's labeled as a zone of safety. If you can stay
that's
there, you have an 80% chance of survivability.
Excellent. That's good to know. Wow.
I commend you guys. Have a great week.
Thanks, Bob.
You too. Thanks for talking.
All right. So long. Very good. Joe, that could be a new promo. The zone of safety.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, it's like that clear thing that used to come over Maxwell Smart
was
said
the
there.
that was
the
a
zone
cone
of
of
silence. Zone of safety, cone of silence.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Close enough. Right.
Suit of armor.
Well, I think having two daughters who one is a newer driver, the other one's been driving for a while, I told them the easiest way to avoid distractions is don't have anybody in the car with you.
Yeah.
And I know some parents who forbid kids from having anybody else in the car when they were driving.
Yeah.
Really?
I never. Yeah, you're laughing, Ryan. Ryan's like, yeah, okay, Dad. I don't want to real in the car. Don't worry. Pull around the corner. 8 guys in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how you supposed to get someplace?
Exactly.
No, it's true.
Shoe Leather Express. Remember those days?
Oh, absolutely. But let's face it. When you have multiple kids in a car. And, or multiple grown-ups, if they have the right personality, Ray, it could get kind of interesting real fast, and
We grew up kind of the same way, so we know what each other's thinking.
right.
Yeah, if I could go back and see me as at that age,
You'd have a friggin' stroke.
I'd lock me up somewhere.
Yeah,
it
really.
would lock me up. Because I shouldn't be here, honestly. And and this is as serious as it can get. I really shouldn't be. I've told my kids this. I shouldn't be here to tell you the story because I should have died numerous times over from
You got some
stupidity.
stories?
Oh, lots of. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Find someone my age who doesn't. Driving cars like that. I was driving that car outside when I was 19 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice car.
Yeah. Well, now it's nice. It was turning into crap back then. But, I didn't have anybody to fix it. But, so by the grace of God, for whatever it is, there was a reason for me to be here, to stay here, and I am. So
we can
Now
get
it's a
out on the
matter of-
radio
we
waves
had
and
to do
teach
this
people
in a-
about cars.
now we pay it forward. But
Yeah.
I know, and I told my own kids that. Now, my older daughter had friends who would compromise the situation more, I thought, in the car. The younger one, she's on the right track. She's got good friends, and they really are. There's a lot of designated drivers in her group. The other one, there was like they had to go pay somebody, So, and I guess that's just the hit or miss. Joe, your kids too, the same thing. I guess you have.
Oh, yeah. They. Actually, my daughter doesn't drive much since she's up there. She doesn't have a car yet. She's only a freshman in school, in college. And Mike, he's been out there. You know, he's rolled up a couple times with a car full of his friends.
Yeah,
but
couple in the trunk.
Yeah, a couple in the trunk.
Yeah, right.
I won't tell you about times we had people like hanging onto the hood or the roof.
Oh yeah,
it's happened. I don't know where, but it's happened.
I know someone once that back in the day was going to a concert and we ran out of room, so we removed the glove compartment so someone's head could. You know, that was yeah.
Is the we a fictitious thing for the story, or was that a slip?
No, that was my head.
Oh,
they were like, since you're the one who knew how to take it apart, you get to ride there.
And now you're still climbing on the dashboards trying to fix things.
Yeah,
right?
see, I know that was payback. That was the universe paying me back. Hey, you want to be under the dashboard playing with stuff? Okay, get under there.
Yeah, I mean, we joke about this, but it is serious, and it really is. That's why things like this that you did were fantastic. If you can just reach, they always say, if you can reach one person, make a difference once. That's a big, huge impact.
Yeah. Sure.
You guys went through driver's ed, I guess. You took driver's ed through school.
Yeah.
What did you think of that? Was the experience?
Did they still have the blood and guts and gore movies? Don't let this happen to you.
Oh yeah, there was definitely a lot of videos that they showed us of.
In that part. Yeah. Most of the classroom part of driver's ed was just watching, sad PSAs like that.
Right,
so.
right. So. Were they from like the 1960s?
Yeah. They were.
We saw the ones from the 40s.
Yeah, right. It was like
car over the rail.
Why are those wheels wood?
Oh, it's a Model T. Okay, good enough.
Why is that guy wearing that little hat? Why is he standing in front of his car cranking it?
Right.
Relevance? No, that doesn't make.
So going through that and becoming drivers on your own, and now doing something like this. Let's just say you were in charge of a driver's ed program. Do you have any ideas of what you might do different to teach younger kids how to drive better and safer and be more alert, or better drivers?
I guess just more recent material. We were watching VHS.
Oh yeah, tapes. Yeah.
Tapes.
Yeah, on the old school TVs.
We would just sit there on our phones. No one really.
Some kids are sleeping in the back.
Yeah.
Right. Well, listen, go into any class anywhere, and that's what you're going to find. I don't care if it's high school, college, always. I'm always amazed at that. I see it all the time, and I'm like, wake up. You're paying for this. You're paying for it. Or you're going to pay for it later.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Definitely better teachers too, because my driving instructor, he was awesome, but he fell asleep a couple times when we were going. It wasn't.
I know in the districts around here they use outside agencies like a driving service.
Yeah,
that they
I think
contract.
that's what it was.
And as a parent, I had to pay like $300 or $500.
Yeah, we had to pay the same.
Yeesh!
Like
come on, man. I mean, when I took it back in high school, we had a guy. I took it in summer school, and usually it was one of the football coaches or one of the wrestling coaches. That was usually who picked up driver's ed.
Oh.
I don't know why. I guess the math teachers were busy crunching numbers or something. I don't know. But it was always the coaches. And not being an athlete in high school, I didn't know the guy. Of course, he had his favorites and his friends, and but I happened to be, I guess, a decent driver even back then because I got some. We used to drive from the South Shore, right where we were, up to Hofstra because the Jets practiced there.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
He was a football coach, so he loved the Jets, right? Yeah. So, a quick story: we were merging from Peninsula Boulevard onto the Southern State, and he told this girl who was driving. She was a little sketchy. He says, "Okay, you're going to get on the highway."
Sketchy girls.
Yeah, and I want you to merge over to when you get on. You're going to go down. You're going to merge eventually over to the left lane. Okay, so she comes down the entrance ramp and just goes woof, left lane, and he was like, "What?" Like no, and and he kind of freaked out and said, "I meant a lane at a time." When there was that's not how you merge. She did a 3-lane drift.
Wow.
Well, she didn't drive back. Let's
probably her descendants are in Flushing right now.
I think so. Let's go to the phones and say hi. You're on with the Motor Mouths.
Good afternoon. This is Marilyn. How are you?
Hey, Marilyn.
How's it going, Marilyn?
Everything's good. You're talking about distracted driving. That's a good thing. So many people are distracted.
Yeah.
Yes.
As a professional driver, I have taken so many safety courses. And really, one of the most important things or the most dangerous things is following too close. You really have to have space in front of you because it takes, and if you're counting, it would be like 5 or more seconds on a major road between the bumper in front of you and your bumper. I think it takes like 1.5 seconds for your body to just react and realize, oh, I have to stop. And then you have the stopping distance.
Yeah, then the car's got to react, and then physics has to kick in, and next thing you know, you're visiting somebody in the back seat.
And if everybody's following 2